Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Fallout 3. So, the game crashed in between the last recording and this, but I did also change the video inputs. I wouldn't be surprised if Fallout 3 does have a memory leak in a RAM issue of just filling up video RAM. Um, it turns out what I was not figuring out, and I just looked up the answer, is that the pre-war printing press in the area back behind that door was actually never supposed to work. It was never going to print out a book. It was supposed to make small fog, not like this, not unlike this, to block the turrets. I just would have never really figured that out. Frankly, also because we have the video improved so much, there's just not as much that is getting fogged over as once was fogged over. I imagine when playing this on the Xbox 360 or on PC originally, you would have a lot more fog of war happening and just like crashing. That just walking down that hallway was as far as I got as far before the game crashed. By the way, apparently also all the toilets in this building are booby trapped and electrified. If you were to, I guess, try and drink water out of them. Although, since that's not something I'm doing, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I looked at basically everything, and it doesn't seem like there's a quest or anything around here. This is just yet another building that... Are these guys? Talon Company Mark. We don't even know who these are, so...
Well now, if it isn't the little saint from the vault. We've been looking for you. Someone's put quite a price on your head. What? You think you can walk around the wasteland doing the things that you do and there isn't going to be someone who takes notice? Such a shame. I hear that you could have been something useful. Ah well, time to die.
So, let's try and talk this out.
No.
I guess I don't have an intimidation. Alright, fine. I tried it the nice way. Well, instead, take it the harder way. Man, I am not doing good. Wasting a lot of bullets. You see, that guy gave me like 25 XP. That guy gave me like 15 XP. And immediately we have a concussion, so at least we have learned the symptoms of concussions. Yeah, I'm like down to 60 bullets now. Private contract. Now, we will have a mission for that in a second. Just want to find the other body. There's one guy there. I saw 3 guys. It would be nice if they were highlighted. No, there was 3 guys, and it's weird. Did somebody get turned into a pile of dust? Or did somebody run away? No, here's the 3rd guy. And he had a weapon just floating. So somebody wants me dead. Specifically because I didn't blow up Megaton, I assume. If not that, then it would have had to have been just because I had done something nice in general. Let's see. Over here we have another item. I'm probably not actually having to pay real world money or pre-war money. Yeah, there's just a bunch of garbage in there otherwise. Alright. We made it to one of these statue points, which we can see if we go in the vats. You can see that there is this lower area just completely overrun with super mutants, so much so that it may not be worth it to stay where we are, and we may want to get away from this location. See, this is once again taking us back to the Falls Church area, and we may just want to like fast travel, which wouldn't be a mistake anyways, because let's face it, we are running out of space. Talon combat armor, Talon combat armor. I think that beats this armor by quite a bit. There's a little bit more weight, but damage resistance. To have that extra ability, I think is what I would like to see. Let's see if we can repair some weapons. Combat shotgun. Laser pistols. We may just have to drop some things. We once again have this problem in which these items are taking up a lot. The red pass card, by the way, has nothing to do with red ink. It is literally just a completely reusable metro ticket. So I don't need to hold on to the red pass and the metro ticket. Okay, we're gonna just have to drop some things. Think we can. Well, why can we not drop the police baton? Or better question, I guess, is why can we not drop a lot of things? Alright. Police baton, 2 weight. Missile launcher, minigun. Laser pistol, we want to hold on to. Hunting rifle, we'll get rid of that. Combat shotgun, we'll hold on to. If this armor is no good, we may need to get rid of it. Badlands armor for 93. Interesting. Why did I become over encumbered again? Weight gain. Probably could get rid of a baseball. Probably doesn't matter. So at like 150 gold. Let's see. Gate to Fells Church. And metro going down this direction would just take us to more of a location. So you kind of know now that this riverboat landing has to be a pretty post-game scenario, because you just can't even really reach the location you want to reach otherwise. Let's go ahead and check what's in here, because there's no real penalty for ending up in an area. Mason District. Yeah. And I imagine the Talons would have attacked me anywhere. So this isn't really their region. And now I'm getting found out. Can we fast travel the Megaton? Yes, we can. Okay, good. So what we'll have now is probably a lot of opportunity. Why is this locker totally empty? Yeah, I imagine we'll have quite a bit of opportunity to sell and buy things. We'll grab all these Nuka-Colas and turn them into ice-cold Nuka-Colas. What's in this filing cabinet? Bottle caps? Interesting. So things are kind of resetting.
Hope things are going well for you today, madam.
There is a perk that would have dog meat be replaced with a new puppy if he died. So that is something to think about later on, I think. But I don't think that's something we would want to do a lot of. More ice cold Nuka-Colas. We have like 60 of them. So we're doing very well. Okay. Let's go ahead and just take everything. And see. Adjust our repair. And let's see where we are with weapons now. We have only 6 shots on the submachine gun. We have an assault rifle with 40 shots. We have a Chinese assault rifle that does 29, where this does 25. So that still is better. You have a flamer, you have all these frag grenades. I think I want to sell all the frag mines. We have a laser pistol, which we're going to have to start using instead. We just can't even hold on to the other things. We have a missile launcher, a plasma mine, pulse grenade, repellent stick, ripper, Sawed-off shotguns. Scoped magnums. Scope magnum doesn't have enough bullets. Sniper rifle doesn't have enough bullets. Alright. We have this special lab coat for science, which we really can't hold on to. We have bat blade. We can upgrade that one. And alright, so how do we want to play this now? Important items. We'll put this here. I think we'll keep the bottle cap mines. We'll keep the flamer. I think we'll keep 20 of the frag grenades. I think we'll sell frag mines. We'll keep the laser rifle. We'll keep the missile launcher, missile minigun, plasma, the 2 pulse grenades. This Ripper weapon, I suppose, would be infinite bullets. Okay. Now, power armor, lab coat, 101. We'll keep all these outfits. We'll sell the Badland armor. That's not really taking a lot of space. Now, stealth boys. We'll keep. And fire ant nectar. We'll keep. We'll read Dean's electronics. Ant's nectar we'll keep. Basketball we'll keep. Bottle caps don't mean anything. Keep the damage yard gnomes. We'll do this, 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 this. Pre-war books, yes, that. Do we have anything that has just a lot of bullets? 5mm. If I can find a 5mm gun that did some damage, or a 32 caliber gun that could do some damage, that should be something I should look into.
Welcome home,
Okay. And I guess we won't even bother with like a well-rested thing. Just don't care enough about it. Let's see. What outfit do we have, by the way? Right now. Find Walter. Which it would be really helpful if
I sure am, Missy.
he was just standing outside of the thing.
Well, all right.
So that's 70 bottle caps and 35 XP. Really not any amount that matters.
Well, back to work.
I'm really wasting my time here. Okay. And I don't want to talk to the lady yet. So let's try something different. Because I still have yet to do the Survival Wasteland guide, and I don't want to accidentally finish it without doing the optional quests. So, can we
Good morning, madam.
buy things from Wadsworth?
What can I do for you? Yes, I believe this place could do with a bit more in the way of decoration. Speak with Moira Brown at Craterside Supply here in Megaton. She has quite a selection of items to enhance your living space. Certainly, madam. Here you are.
He gave me a purified.
You have yourself a fine day, madam.
Alright, so he's not going to help me. Either. We should read the note also. Private boys and girls, we got ourselves in a holier than thou white knight who needs putting down. Here's the details. Bounty is 1,000 cups. And for a change of pace, they want the head this time. So somebody wants us dead. But we kinda don't know who. And see, I don't think this guy is gonna really have any real money.
Thought that hoax was long in the grave. Here, take this holotape and hear it for yourself. That was just some bored prankster. Forget about it.
Let's see.
You got wax in your ears? Planning on going?
Okay, he has several stim packs we could buy, which then lets us potentially sell some weapons while we're here. Sell those frag grenades. Sell those frag mines. I think I was keeping the combat shotgun. Feel like I could probably sell the assault rifle too. Then go ahead and sell that. And then start selling things that probably have very little use and take up weight. If any of this takes up weight, I probably shouldn't hold on to it. But also, there is an argument to getting rid of the pencil and the Metro Pass. Alright, I'll stick with the laser pistol and the Chinese assault rifle. We'll hold on to these. We'll start selling drugs at this point. You could be popping these drugs, the Mentats, if you wanted to.
You done? Good. Try not to hurt yourself.
I could also probably heal myself with radiation and sell some things. Okay, items. Put this here. Set this. Weapons. You are now my new main gun. And you are now that gun. What is our inventory right now? 55. It's probably not as good as I would like it to be. But I think that is our new minimum. Yeah, I think our new minimum will be somewhere around 55.
Please, I'm dying. I need water.
I think this guy
Please, do you have any water?
literally
Thirsty.
only just increases
Me?
your karma.
You don't want anything for it? I don't have any caps or anything. I can just have you. I can just have it for free?
Hmm.
Really? Seriously? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll never forget this.
So you gain karma, which at our current stat as far as karma anyways, it's just stim pack several body parts while we're at it. Why not? Although sleeping would have saved us the use of those stim packs. Money has stopped really being a problem, hasn't it? Yeah, we're peacekeeper good.
You've helped me so much. It seems wrong to ask, but can you spare any more water? Are you serious?
We'll
I
just
can't
keep
offer
giving
anything in
him
exchange,
all of our purified water.
I can just have it? For free? Water. Oh, precious water. Thank you. You're a saint. You've helped me so much. I mean,
In a lot of ways,
thank
this,
you.
unless this is going to give us a stat benefit for
I'll never forget you.
for having our karma just like at the maximum.
You've helped me so much.
I don't think I have any more purified water. We can see we're rated very good in our karma now. So theoretically, I guess if you wanted to do some bad things, you could, but it's kind of messed up to do good things just to have karma to do bad things. Alright, so we're still at this point just trying to reach the tepid sewers to do the survival wasteland guide. It'll be a while before we can finish this quest. We have a request for help here.
If you're listening to this recording, it is because you're believed to be trustworthy. I hope that is the case, because this recording puts us both in danger. I'm escaping from the Commonwealth. I'm an android, a synthetic man, a slave. The men hunting me are ruthless and will stop at nothing to retrieve their property. I need to find a doctor in the wasteland to perform facial reconstruction. I also need someone who knows a great deal about computers. I need to have my memories erased and my face altered to look like someone else.
So, yeah. It doesn't really help you with the replicated man quest much. We still would just have to ask around. And I think most of these are still just like DLC quests. I'm hoping this laser gun doesn't like have a horrible accuracy issue, because I've been putting all of my bullets and skills into the idea of, let's just look over here and see what we can see. It looks like there's another metro entrance over there. Let's see if maybe we can discover something by walking over here without actually going into it. The game's not been consistent about labeling metro entrances. Flooded metro, good. Good to know. So we have a bit of another fast travel location. I don't know if we're even really getting XP for finding locations. You would definitely feel like the goal would to really highlight that there is way more danger across these bridges. Seems like maybe there was one I missed, and that blew them all up. You can see there's giant statues over that way. We're looking for the tepid sewers. We've discovered the Anchorage War Memorial.
Hey there.
Let's see if we can
I guess I
maybe
could spare
buy
you
some
things.
medical supplies from this guy. Do I have anything really to sell? There we go. Sell the frag mines. And then we'll take all the stim packs. And then we'll sell the drugs to him. Let's see. I probably don't need to hold on the 7 of these. Let's just hold on to 4. Okay. That'd be 50 caps. If I was to buy 1, it's still 50. If I was to buy 2, it's still 50. If I was to buy 3 more, that's 34. So if I was to sell 1, it's 47. It's because I'm getting ripped off at that layout, but whatever. We'll deal with that.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Let's see. I could have also healed my radiation.
Sure, I could patch you up. Nothing too serious. I don't work for free, though. Let's say 75 caps.
75 caps is
Suit yourself.
quite a bit, but not a crazy amount. I definitely can tell that
Bye.
the playing on very easy doesn't all of a sudden open up the door to guaranteed like cheaper prices, but prices probably don't matter too much. So here's the Anchorage War Memorial. You can see it's definitely a different kind of war happened here than what happened in the real timelines in the real world. Map. We are going the exact right direction. However, 4. It's gonna get kind of crazy though if we start looking for like Nuka-Colas in every trash can. I would assume also this is another case where if you go further down this direction, you're probably going to get attacked by super mutants. Although, really, I think I may have simply spooked myself when I first played Fallout and convinced myself that I could not go to this area and check things out and just play the game the way I wanted to play it. And I think I very well should have gone more north and investigated more things. Okay. I hear something walking. It's a murloc. Very armored torso. We may very quickly run out of bullets. Yeah, it seems like we may get a lot of murloc meat in this area. Seems like murlocs maybe got trapped into certain areas. Now they look vaguely humanoid, so it does become somewhat of a question as to whether these were humans that were irradiated to be like crabs, or whether these were crabs that were irradiated to be like humans. These guys may not actually hit that hard, though, and very easy. Apparently I would have been pickpocketing him. Store is activated from somewhere else. Okay. So this might be something not worth checking out. This murloc meat better be worth it. Really isn't. Let's switch over to this gun and see if that works any better. Anchorage Memorial Facility Bay. Alright, we've got a murloc hunter. Yeah, this gun's not working either. We are over our head quite a bit. We're not finding bullets either, which I can't help but feel like that is maybe somewhat intentional. Anchorage Memorial Facility again. Seems like this whole map just interconnects with two areas. Capital Wasteland. Hack or lockpick. Okay. So that lets us in again. But is there a real quest here, or is this just another dungeon? Because it kind of just feels like another dungeon. See that? We need to kind of just look at the local map. You've just got Capital Wasteland, Memorial Facility, Memorial Facility offices. Memorial Service entrance. Is this guy not really a danger? Wow, they seem to have very poor perception. Which at a certain level, I guess that would be what you would expect, is that there would be some super mutants out there with high endurance, but perhaps low intelligence. Murlocs with maybe high damage, but not a ton of high strength. I don't think it's worth getting irradiated to search in those pods. We've apparently become concussed again. It isn't a terrible representation of being concussed, really. But I don't like it for a video game aspect. You've gone with realism over video game fun. Let's now see what the local map looks like here. I think this is maybe where we were before. I don't think there's anything You have some nicer laid out kind of like bar location here than what we've seen in other places, but finding Salisbury steak instead of iguana on the sticks. Murloc meat. This was the Murloc hunter we killed. Murloc cakes and Murloc meat. Am I going in the right direction? Did that door close behind me? Wouldn't be surprised if these are doors that just close behind me and reopen. Yeah, it's almost as if being scratched by a Murloc makes you a Murloc. Either that or you have a case where a whole bunch of Murloc meat is being chopped up and cooked by other Murlocs in some way of trade, but I don't know who they would even be trading with, because it seems like everybody would just, humans would just shoot at them the minute you saw a Murloc. Alright. This way goes back to the facility bay. This way would have us run in this direction, which I don't think matters. So I think when I go here, a lot of loading. That's the service entrance. Okay. Let's go in here and see if we've been here before. No. So this is new. Scrap metal. Might as well continue to pick it up. Really wish we could increase our endurance in any way. Oh yeah, I see a real problem here. You've got to hit these guys in the face, because they are otherwise going to be invincible, basically. Like, there's no getting around it. Let's go and reload. I bet I'm not very close to leveling up also, if I was to guess. And we're not getting any bullets. And we really, really could use some bullets. Alright, so if I'm at... we need to check this out. If I'm at 30 right now, out of 162, and I fire 1 bullet and then reload, it should be 30 of 161, and that is right. It did not toss out 20 bullets. I didn't think it would, but you just never know. I don't think I have enough to in any way make a bottle cap mine. It seems fairly obvious that the stuff here on these workbenches are probably combinations of things that could be crafted. Yeah, I don't want to accidentally drop down here. I guess this is an experiment on seeing if the gameplay would really work from if you could take higher shots from above and take out the murlocs. Although they could also just run at you. This is definitely an experiment in verticality where the game didn't do a lot with verticality. What you can kind of feel here is you run into a lot of separation, it feels like, between people who would have worked on the overworld stuff versus teams that would have worked on the specific dungeons sections. And I'm not sure I believe that there was even really a lot of overlap between each dungeon section. Like, it's very believable that one team of people or even one person was told to make this Anchorage War Memorial section, and a different team worked on Hubris Comics. I wouldn't be surprised if a different team worked on Megaton, and then there was very little communication or interaction between the two. We hear this radio, but I don't actually see a radio in this. I just see that. Okay. Overall local. Yeah, I think this part here yep. I'm gonna kind of assume I cleared out that whole area, and that there's like 3 sides and 3 doors to this war memorial facility. Or there may actually only be like 3 instead of 4 sides. So I could have come in here, I could have come in on a different side, or I could have come in on another different side. And I've done all of that. Now there is a late game perk where you can sell ears and fingers of people you kill, like bad guys, I suppose, or as an assassin. But that's also going to be fairly late game content. Alright, we got little rad roaches crawling around. No big deal. Gotta get out of that water fast. Okay. Finally, feels like probably close to 4 hours later, we have finally made it to the tepid sewers, which was the main wasteland guide to use the repellent stick. We'll clear out this area as much as possible, and then we'll go back to Megaton. I'm not going to pick up mole rat meat, I don't think. We've got too much murloc meat on us. I think somebody does buy murloc meat, but I am going to have to fairly quickly get rid of it from my inventory because this is ridiculous. What is this? Turret control system? Way down here. We can see our hack is... Our science really does need to go up, or we're just going to continuously run into these turret control systems that irritate us. Plus that might open up some more dialogue choices. This is definitely one of those cases where if you just made a mod for a game like this where you started a quest and it said go to tepid sewers, it would just automatically either ask you to teleport to tepid sewers or force you to teleport to tepid sewers and made the game more linear and got rid of a lot of the distracted gameplay style that you definitely can embrace if you are not careful, or fall into if you're not careful. Like I'd appreciate that kind of mod. There's a guy. What in the world happened there? I apparently just got exploded into flames. Let's give ourselves that stick so we can switch to it fairly quickly. Probably need to sell dirty water. It's probably going to be quite a while before I could actually purify water, if ever. And by the time we could potentially purify water, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not really worth it to run to a specific location to turn dirty water into purified water. Are seriously these just dead mole rats? Oh, how am I supposed to beat mole rats if they're just gonna be dead? There we go. So we've now done the optional quest. Let's now just look around and investigate the rest of Tepid Sewers. It's so weird. I would have sworn you would have found something. Like, this computer is so colorful compared to everything else we've ever seen. That's weird. Like modern running technology. But yeah, I would have just assumed I would have found some thing that would have moved us to another quest, another idea, another thought. Instead of just leaving us stuck. Like, this really feels like this is something we're going to have to come back and interact with in some way. And maybe after we do the Wasteland Guide, after we do a couple of the other side quests, we will just have to admit to ourselves there's just no other direction to move in to. And that the only way forward is going to be moving the main story forward a little bit more. It seems like we are now transitioning from a sewer into that guy was named Rock Salt, so that was just like a named guy. Seriously? Let's continue looking for mines. So now we're just back to fighting raiders. Which I guess that's fine. Would have gotten a little bit boring fighting the mole rats. The mole rats are not great enemies. I think a thing to take from Fallout 3 is just how badly they did create all these characters. And then make them like unfun characters to fight. Like the humans are the only characters in the Fallout universe that I like. Super mutants, when playing on a normal difficulty, are too dangerous. Murlocs have too much defense for their own good, so they become tedious. Alright. Stim pack. Might as well just use double stim packs. Like, it is really questionable whether you needed you ever needed to get your health up to 50% even, because yeah, the more I look at things, the more it feels like that's not really a case. Okay. Brahmin skin outfit, agility plus endurance 1. Versus Wasteland Wanderer outfit. Let's start with the leather outfits. Raider Badlands armor. Hmm. Hmm. That one thing alone has allowed me to actually get rid of a lot of weight. I'm just picking up leather armor basically. And combat armor. And where was the helmet? Hmm. 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 There's kind of nothing more this way. Let's make sure we're looking everywhere. Hmm. Yeah, trying to rush through this as fast as possible. It's interesting to have a door there and then have it collapse, but I guess that's also believable. Hmm. 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 So yeah, it almost makes sense. Like, clearly the design here was to make a game that really involved the idea of different factions fighting each other. Um, but they only seem to really implement that in a couple different places. Let's see if we can hack this for some more XP. Okay. Talking is probably a good one. 3 out of 7. So it's probably ING. But it can't then be an E or A. So it can't be like beating. Be helping. Let's try that again. So this resets sending 5 out of, so 5 out of 7. It's probably, so sending is not lending then. Beating, no. Mankind is nowhere close. Managers is nowhere close. Denying That might be 5 out of 7. Because you have the E, N, and then... Fencing. There we go. And if you're just going to disengage a lock, you probably want to speed up the process a little bit at that level. We've gotten our first power. This was rock salt's stuff, and so we got rock salt's key. We've got our first power fist, which is something to think about. Still grabbing sensor modules when probably aren't really worth anything. Notice how bright this personal foot locker is too. So we're starting to get to a new era of better quality content and items. Like we're in a new range. Sensor module. Does definitely feel like the raiders are trying to keep these sewers running. I wouldn't be surprised if the game told me that a lot of the raiders we've run into are actually Enclave agents. In disguise, or working with the Enclave on some level. Metal box empty. I'm starting to get cricks in my neck just by how much I'm playing this game, though. That's no good. Yeah, you don't really have a better offer than collecting the scrap metal and turning it in for extra XP. Tool cabinet is empty. That seems weird. Yeah, sure feels like there might be some kind of secret panel or passage here where you would put something in this tool cabinet. Either that or there's just weirdness in that they've put what they're labeling as a tool cabinet when really it's a pretty obvious clothing cabinet. Or wardrobe, I guess is what we'd call it. Alright. Do we have anywhere else we can investigate? I can't help but feel like some of these environments are straight up procedurally generated environments. Let's walk out. We've discovered Georgetown West. Let's walk back in. Let's now investigate the other part of the map over here, which we kind of didn't see all of. And then after that, we'll run towards try our best to run towards the Megaton City to get to the next part of the survival quest done. Now the funny thing, I will spoil a little bit here, and I think you do play this game a little bit better if you have a little bit of foreknowledge. It probably would have helped if there had been some hints. It is kind of weird to have the mole rats be dead, but also be fully intact. As far as this Wasteland guide, if you can convince Moira to not actually publish the Wasteland, you'll actually benefit yourself more. Maybe you'll get a special perk, which maybe that will hurt your karma some insignificantly small amount, but for her to have a higher ability to repair things and get a special perk and have a lot of other options available to you, it is something that we probably should do. Bones Law, crutches, lockers, or bottle caps. Anything else around here? Man, I might be getting a little motion sick too when I try to move around really fast. It would be better if the game had a better radar on it. There was just a few more things that it was telling you about that you could pick up. Am I over encumbered? Yes, I am. Right. Back to repair. Can I drop things? Kind of feels like it can't. Why can I sometimes drop things, but sometimes not drop things? That's a head scratcher. Okay. Okay. World map. Can we get to Megaton? No. Cannot fast travel from this location. So then local map. We go to Georgetown. Yeah, I don't know what to do about the crick in my neck. It's too much video games for me, I suppose. And that is definitely a factor in considering on just how many of these RPGs can I really play, because they are so demanding of your time that they can be exhausting, to say the least. We're at the tepid sewer, Georgetown West. How much stuff do we have? Items wise, we're kind of full on inventory items, so we should go to the world map. There almost is an argument to just going to the radio building plaza and moving the main story forward. This whole region, I guess, is supposed to be marked off as somewhat dangerous. We still really haven't gone to a lot of these other regions. But then there's a lot of problems too. When we do go places, we just don't find anything there. We haven't also gone just in that direction or in these general directions. There are enemies nearby. Let's see what they are. More talons. Seriously, cannot hit these people for the life of me. This guy's about to throw a grenade at me. And then we brought the super mutants. I don't even know where the guy is. Seems to be somewhere over here. Meanwhile, am I even wearing the right armor? Use a stim pack. Still have too much stuff on me.
You're here. We're here. Stop hiding. Aha! Gotcha.
There you go. Here we have a super mutant. Is he running towards me? It could have been a case, certainly, of the... I've mostly just fought mutants in this area. Alright, and super mutants are a different thing completely. Hey, well, we want science to 50, obviously, and we can't get science to 50. Alright. I want energy weapons up. I think get this right. Let's see. Medicine going up, repair going up a little bit, doesn't matter. Small guns going up would be nice, but we don't have room for it. I think we put all the points up into that and go there. And now we see we don't get any more level ups until we either have well, we could try to get our agility up to 4 and maybe that would help you with some of these. Like the child at heart perk. It's probably not really worth it. We could get science up to 40. We could... No, that's not worth it. Yeah, increasing your accuracy with VATS on two-handed rifle guns might be worth it, but that's a level 8. And see, so we've got some. We need to level up one more time before we could do anything. All right, so 5 points in science and medicine, still not worth it. Little leaguer, not worth it. Swift learner, not worth it. Iron fist, not worth it. 5% extra damage with all weapons might be worth it. But gunslinger is way better for now. Yeah. I'm going with gunslinger. Hopefully that's right. Meanwhile, let's look at our outfit again. See if we can repair some things. I still think we're probably going to have to drop some stuff. Can I drop things? Just doesn't feel like you can. Alright, well, let's just find some useless miscellaneous items then. Think we can get rid of those. Combat shotguns. Assault rifle. Chinese pistol. Hunting rifle. Oh, we should hold on to the hunting rifle. Actually, that's the .32 weapon that we have a decent amount of bullets on. Nail board. It's not worth holding on to. Hockey mask. It's not worth holding on to. Leather armor's not worth holding on to. Badland armor is not worth holding on to. Okay. And I feel like I am gonna just accidentally invoke another super mutant to attack me. Yeah, they're all over here. By coming up here to try and get the resources off this super mutant. Which, let's see, Psycho. Stealth boy. Baseball glove, I'll take that. I haven't seen one of those. I'm gonna become over encumbered again. Missiles. So. Once again. Over encumbered. We need nothing too much, so we'll hold on to the hunting rifle. And Murloc meat. We'll just leave all the Murloc meat. Actually, I think we probably don't want to take Murloc meat as much as we want to get rid of, like, dirty water. That's probably fine. Now, please, let me fast travel to Megaton. Please let me just walk this far. There we go.
All of us here thank you for everything you've done. For us, for the wastes. We pulled together and got you this.
So you have a
It's the best
random
we could
person.
do. Please take it, with our thanks.
So he gets Stimpacked.
You're an example to us all.
So you do get benefits for being a nice guy. Okay. So now is a good point to try and spend all of our items and buy all of the rest of the things we can get for the house, which may be everything. And we'll do that, but first I want to take a break, so I'll pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah, still consistently really wanting to take breaks in between each episode or in the middle of each episode. And arguably, if YouTube was a little bit more lenient on how many videos it wants you to put out per day, I would just make these episodes
Yeah, what is it?
an hour long and
Well, all right. Let me count out your cats. Well, back to work.
you know what I really should consider doing. Oops. Almost got stuck there. Is getting the well-rested perk. Because getting the well-rested perk and 10%, if I'm going to get like 250 XP for finishing this part of the quest, may very well be worth it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how the repellent's working.
Okay. I tested it out and it works just fine. Speech 17%. I don't want to lie though.
Oh, excellent.
So,
Substantial field
yeah,
testing,
I guess you don't
decisive
need
work,
your
and such
speech
dedication.
that high,
What more could I ask for in a
really,
research
because half the
assistant?
time it's going to be a lie.
So, how did my chemical
So you
repellent
can't
work?
really play
Safe
the
and
game.
clean like a charm, I'll bet.
You really can't play the game the way you would like it to play it. You can't be a nice guy and
Those poor little mole ratties.
and go with the
I
speech
wonder if I
checks.
could make a hypoallergenic version. Oh, but that'd hardly be effective. I should mention that. Proper handling of mole rats could be important if they could be domesticated. Milked, maybe? Oh, anyway, keep the repellent. Oh, but for your trouble, here, have the leftover chems from working on the repellent. I'm sure you can find some use for them.
So she gave me 2 jet. What's the next part?
There's a lot we don't know about mirelurks and how intelligent and dangerous they are. That definitely deserves research. I hesitate to ask, but I'll need to examine the effects of serious physical trauma. I wouldn't ask if I couldn't fix you up afterwards, of course. And that should be it for the second chapter. Which do you want to check out?
Okay. So,
Mirelurks are a big threat in some areas, and knowing more about them can help people learn to avoid or even outsmart them. So I picked up this observer device to study them in their natural habitat. I need you to hide one in one of the spawning pods in their lairs.
okay.
While you're working on that, I'll be following up on a lead I've got for a couple stealth boys. When you're done, they're yours. And who knows, maybe we'll learn something useful from the mirelurks. That's great. I recommend the nest at the Anchorage War Memorial. I knew a trader who talked about the mirelurks down there. Just go inside.
So we've
and
already
find one of
done
their
that.
spawning pods, probably down near the water. Put this observer inside and get out quietly. And be sure not to kill any mirelurks inside their nest. If you do, it could ruin the validity of the study.
Okay. Don't kill any mirelurks in the Anchorage War Memorial. I think that'll be easy enough to do. Because I've already killed them. Alright. Let's see what you've got on sale.
Absolutely.
Okay, she still has 0 caps. So we need to start with the thought of buying something that we care about, which we'll start with my first infirmary. Then we will sell this, sell all of these, sell all of these, And see what else we can start selling. This is Blastmaster helmet. Alright. Ant meat we probably don't need. Blood packs. We don't need. Hatchling murloc meat. We might as well just sell this stuff now. And if it becomes something of value later, we'll potentially just come back and buy it back from her later. I may very well also just have to sell something else. Sell some stim packs. It's not really worth it to sell darts. It's definitely not worth it to sell anything else. Yeah. Stim packs now. So if I sell 10, I need to sell about 30 of these, I think. That's not too bad. And then I could probably just sell another 19 of these. And that's still probably fine. I don't think I'm going to be using that many stealth boys, so I'm going to sell one of those. I think we could probably hold on to just that. Sadly, we really do still not really have enough money. So then let's go back over here. We can afford to buy my first laboratory also. So we probably should do that. I don't think this rocket launcher schematic is worth buying. I'm not sure any of this is actually worth buying. Alright. That gives her a ridiculous amount of caps. That puts us at a very low amount of caps. I want to also just start to get some more bullets. It's crazy as it might seem. So missiles, railway spikes, shotgun shells. None of this takes any space. Right. I think we stick with just kind of energy cells, 10mm cells. I think we probably don't buy these, don't buy these, don't buy these. Hunting rifle does 16, while the Chinese rifle does more, but yeah, I may not have enough that I can sell. That's getting low. Hmm. See if we sell a mini nuke, that would be crazy. If we sold 10 missiles, that'd be crazy. Could sell all of those for all I care. We gotta give back some of these energy cells. But I don't want to give back any of the energy cells. I think I kind of glitched the game out a little bit here. Flamer fuel. We could sell a bunch of it. Alright, let's just go with that.
Good hunting.
That probably wasn't
Come back soon.
the best deal ever, but I think that will have our inventory fairly empty, and it will let us go look at this, look at these houses and see what we can really do. So, like over here, still got quite a bit of things. We want to put the power fist over here, pulse mine over here, repellent stick over here. I'm gonna just go ahead and put the submachine away and the Chinese assault rifle away and the shotgun away. Put that away. Put that away. See, really this should be like a key item. Put that away. Put all those away. Put that away. That away, that away. That away. That away, that away. See, that's got me down to like 52. Meanwhile, I'm going to put all the missiles, the mini nukes. I mean, even though that's kind of pointless to do that since they don't weigh anything. Okay. Add the nuke colas. take all the Nuka-Colas. So here you have your My First Infirmary, where we can remove all rads, all radiation removed, restore damaged limbs, heal ourselves, all free, but oddly not, also kind of not useful. Detoxify yourself, create a new compound. So we can have it just constantly making a new compound. Take these arounds. We could sleep. But I actually don't want to sleep because I want to get back to that memorial fairly quickly. Still don't have enough to make bottle cap mines, nor do I think it really is that useful to make bottle cap mines. Let's see, miscellaneous. Here's the observer. It's a miscellaneous thing. Let's read this. Let's come over here and stock up the items. Yeah, at a certain level, maybe getting the food sanitizer would make a bit of sense, but I don't think it quite does. Okay. Now, map. Anchorage Memorial. So, with any luck, we end up with not being able to kill any of those Murlocs anyways, because they're already dead. We walk right through here, do that quest. Yep. Now I think the next part about this would certainly be, do I have to go too far to put in the monitor, or can I really just go down here? Let's not search anything, because that might trigger the game into realizing I've already killed everybody here. Actually, maybe better off just straight up trying the pods that we started, seeing if we can just put it in the pods that we started with, just out here. It's worth a try. We have a spawning pod. Hide the observation device inside. Observer removed, completed. So, yeah. Just take that while we're there. So you run into a situation here where the game either is going to punish me for playing the game early and killing all the Murlocs, or I'm just going to luckily be rewarded for playing the game early and killing all the Murlocs. One way or the other, somebody's going to be treated a little unfairly. Where it would have made a lot more sense to simply have a key and a gate to say you can't get into that
so
area.
Are they intelligent? Do they have a leader? Some sort of king or priests or some sort of scaly community center?
Let's see.
I'll bet most people would have just gone in there, guns blazing without half a thought. But not you. You're the best research assistant ever. I've been getting a good signal, but what do you think about them from your first-hand observations of them?
Once again, we've got intelligence, so we might as well just go with intelligence.
That's very scientific of
I don't know
you.
if that gives us any real bonus,
I
though.
wasn't sure if they were crabs or if they came from some sort of brine shrimp, perhaps. Some of these observations about their armor and camouflage gave me an idea for reinforced, neutral-colored headgear. Here, consider it thanks for not interfering with them. Oh, speaking of which, take these, so you can continue to avoid them in the future.
So apparently they have some kind of camouflage, but with the visual settings as they are now, this definitely does seem like
Great.
I'm not having any trouble
never
seeing
get to
them.
study anyone who's severely injured. Not without them crying to be fixed right away or trying to bleed out and all that. But obviously, you can handle a lot of abuse. So if I'm ever going to find a good example of human anatomy and injury resistance, it'd be you. Next time you get badly injured, return here so I can examine you before I heal you up. I mean, you're going to get yourself hurt anyway, right? Did you know when bones break and re-heal, they
That's
grow
not really
back
true.
tougher? In a way, you'd be repaying yourself. Once I make sure you survive, of course. But in a more tangible way, I can give you a modified environmental suit of mine. How's that sound?
Some of his lines of dialogue sound like they can only play for so long before it runs out of RAM.
You are. I mean, really, that's dedication. Demonstrating how to withstand pain by getting injured? Wow. When you're ready, come back here with some serious injuries. Maybe a crippled limb or two, and I'll take notes and fix you up. I'll be waiting here with plenty of bandages for you. So don't worry. Just go get horribly injured. Oh, and be careful.
Receive a crippling injury.
Come back soon.
Okay. So, where's the highest point we can jump from to potentially cripple ourselves? But jump from here down there. Too far. Well, let's see. Do I care that my death... It's not like we're playing in survival mode, which there is a survival mode. So they would have wanted me to get 50% or less health anyways. Another note of some sort. So, time's addicted, mind's disarmed. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like there is a thing here that counts how many times you've died. So, I kind of don't care. The only question is, did I get the quest done? No, I didn't. Alright, well. So. Alright, so let's then run back and jump again. And hope that leaves us with just a little bit of damage. That's quite a bit of fall damage I took there. There we go. Yeah. Arguably, there shouldn't be any fall damage, or it should be a very small amount of fall damage. But this isn't a very vertical game, so it kind of doesn't matter if you take a lot of fall damage in most cases.
Well,
You're
how do you feel?
likely going to run into you're going to run into at least a couple times where you fall and die.
It's for a good cause. Try not to squirm so much while I take notes. Now, how would you describe the pain you're feeling? Any advice for how to keep it from being overwhelming? And remember, this is for posterity.
And we'll just keep going with intelligence because it doesn't really matter.
That's a very enlightened attitude you've got.
Seems like they're really just giving you different dialogue prompts
I'm here to patch you up.
for no
Now hold
reason.
still and quit fidgeting.
It's almost like a new game plus idea.
How can you be walking around like this? Okay, I even stitched a little smiley face in you to keep up your spirits. It's kind of hard to see from your side, though. Here, take this environment suit of mine. It will help with medical tasks, and it should help prevent the effects of exposure, too.
Yeah.
Correct as always. And your feedback's really led to a very smartly written book. Maybe too smart for some folks, I worry. Of course, if the reader can't be bothered to understand something important as a book on how to stay alive, then what can we do, huh? And in case those readers blame you for their ignorance, here's your payment. 2 big boxes of ammo. Now, on to the next chapter.
So there's 100 XP. That could have been 110 XP if I was well rested. For whatever that's little. It's really not that much
The
XP.
last chapter's a bit more esoteric. It's about the survival of humanity as a whole and how to rebuild society. Deep stuff, huh? We need to know how large settlements are formed, how to harness the old technology, and I'll need you to get ancient history from a nearby library. We're in the last stretch now, so let's finish it up strong. What's first?
Let's just pick the one at the top.
Don't be so sure. You'd be surprised how confused people get, even about important things. In this case, I'm talking about Rivet City. It's the most successful survivor settlement around, but no one here really knows how it started. Of course, that's why it's important to know how a place like that succeeded. So I need you to go there and do some researching. You mean, apart from making sure we don't repeat our tragic failures in a never-ending cavalcade of human pathos and suffering? Let's say a big pile of mentats. I got a shipment of those in recently. Do a good job, and maybe the people of Rivet City will reward you too.
Let's see.
Oh, it's this huge city on a ship where the river meets downtown. It's been around for as long as I can remember.
It really would be nice,
Check it
frankly, if
out.
there was just a male voice actor and a female voice actor to read out these lines too.
Oh, now I can't wait for what you
At
find
a certain
out down
level,
there. And check around
it
to make sure
almost
you're hearing
feels
the
like
real deal.
if they were limited by having to pay a voice actor, then they probably wouldn't go as
Keep up the great research. Super
excessive with the
assistant.
dialogue in a game like this. And that probably would be a good thing because there are a lot of dialogue trees and branches here that I don't think any player would ever see. Any one player. Because you're going to make your decisions, and every time there's there's a dialogue branch of 3 or 4 different options. That's lowers the odds of somebody, one player, playing the game 4 times to see that. Alright, so this environmental suit looks good with a radiation resistance of plus 30, which radiation resistance of plus 30 is way better than it seems. Shady hat also. I'm gonna go ahead and just put all of these items though away. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. And that gets us down to 44. But we still are kind of limited at 250. Yeah, we're still kind of limited at 250. Wait, I really would like to have some way of never becoming over encumbered. So next, our ads are down to 3. We're all healed. World map wise, they want me to go where? To Rivet City. Which, yeah. Now, I guess it is worth mentioning there. I think there's like a force field around this section. But they really are dragging me in directions I don't want to go. So but going to Rivet City would fix this. Yeah. Storyline wise, obviously there is a idea here around taking you to certain places, a few choke points really, over and over again.
I'll never forget you. I hate to. I'll never forget you.
I think that's all the purified water I have, but at this point, Ranger of the Waste, very good, is pretty much all I'm gonna get. I kind of wish I had leveled up by finishing the Wasteland guy, but no such luck. So we have no way in which we can point in the direction we want to go. So I'm just going to go west. Like, we've spent a lot of time, and the game has kind of pushed us oddly to the east. There is a city this way we could try and follow. We could try and follow the road this direction and follow all of these roads. Like, you'd almost logically see that you would want to follow the roads. Now, there is a perk that I may want to take. I think it's, frankly, a level 30 perk. Where you uncover everything on the map. But if I think about how that would really play out, that's going to be fairly annoying. Because we'll be at level 30, and unless for some reason we're just still playing the game and we're like halfway through with the game and all of a sudden it's going to show us everything. I feel like I'd probably kind of want to just wrap things up by the time I hit level 30. Okay. We have something new. We have a robo brain. This guy's doing a decent amount of damage to me. And I'm apparently bleeding. Is that a stats effect? Well, I'm not going to waste a stim pack just because it did a lot of damage to me. Like, we're really just trying to walk, I think, in the other direction than where I am walking. There's a bit of a split here. We just want to find something interesting, something different, something new, something that isn't going to either throw very strong enemies at us, it would be nice. Like, it's not even really worth it to try and shoot. No, my gun that I'm using right now is not particularly strong, so it makes a lot of sense to not waste a lot of resources. In a more modern game, you'd almost certainly expect more billboards on the sides of roads. Let's see. What I'm looking now is basically looking towards Fort Independence. So that water tower is probably an interesting place to check out. There's a big thing there. We may accidentally run into a DLC section if we end up in that DLC section and whatever. We don't really have a character that is well suited. These Protectrons are seemingly military class. Like, we don't have a character that doesn't take a lot of damage from a headshot, where it kind of would make sense that there might be some kind of mutant or something with a big glowing thing on their back. I don't think I'm having trouble jumping to get up there. I had to sideways jump in there just to find that the boxes were all empty. That would be very Resident Evil style, certainly, is if you did run into certain enemies that you had to sneak behind and shoot to do critical damage, or enemies that just particularly weren't that focused around There's a big circle that way. They just wouldn't take a lot of damage from a headshot anyways. But we end up having to fight. See, that looks like a military base. You end up having to fight the same people, same raiders and humans over and over again. We've got a bunch of these Brahmin. There are no cows in this universe. Just two-headed Brahmin. You can see they're drinking radioactive water. And see, this is nice. A nice little environmental storytelling, but it doesn't get marked on the map as anything. There's clearly way too much movement and use of nuclear waste in this reality. And it kind of makes the entirety of the Fallout series feel like it's just an anti-nuclear energy propaganda game, which to a certain level there is some truth there. You don't want cars using nuclear energy, and unless we can find some real safe way of storing and disposing of it, which we have yet to do. And you wouldn't want every house with nuclear energy. It would be great, certainly, if there wasn't a need for an electrical grid and every house was solely independent of itself. But for the risks there, they outweigh any possible rewards of mini nuclear explosions happening. Here's one of these diners, which we've seen this used as a design once before, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this diner used as a design maybe in 2 or 3 other places. And just like environmental storytelling, you have 2 people here. It would almost make sense if one of the first quests you got in a game like this was find all the corpses and label them, find all the skeletons and label them. That way we have a really good idea of like where to bury bodies or what happened to these people. But these are also people that would have most of these skeletons you're assuming are people who I think he may have blown himself up there. Nope. Quick, get in the vets before this guy shoots at me again. Stop missing. So yeah, that's kind of a great example of having a very small area just all stuck together and squeezed together, and then where people with missile launchers are going to potentially just blow you up. I think that was the goal, is that you were supposed to feel like that was a huge mistake, and I don't know what you do though, because the game probably saved when you walked through the place. And it's not like by killing these raiders you're freeing up the area and now settlers are moving. That's something I think more that happens in Fallout 4. That would make a lot of sense, certainly, if in this game you cleared out areas for raiders, settlers moved in, and then all of a sudden you have a shop, and then you're reinforcing the idea of the shopping, buying, and selling gameplay mechanic instead of having the barter gameplay mechanic really just be on the verge of losing relevance. Like, we are not too far away from never needing any bottle caps again. I might very well start being able to just buy bullets and even use that ability to buy bullets to then eliminate some other little speed bumps we're running into. Okay. See what this terminal does. This is going to let me get on top of the building. Not the terminal, but the ladder, I assume. So maybe there was a way we could have gotten onto the top of the building and come in from the back. Parties, enemies. Start with parties. Right, that tells me none of that is right. Wishing is 4 out of 7. Leaving is 3 out of 7. So let's try that again. Should probably always start with the thing that says ing. Sending. 1 out of 7. Interesting. So, sheriff. Barriers. You don't want repeated letters. Sermons. Let's go with stat something. Station. Sending. Can't be learned. Can't be sheriff. It's kind of has to be the S. Could be commits. Can't be section. Can't be barrier. Can't be sermons. Can't be seasons. Can't be bedding or beating. Can't be statting. Station. Could be slumber. Got lucky there. So all this does is disengage a lock, which probably just opens the safe. That's what I suspect. That's all that did. Unless it did disengage the lock to this ladder. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. And the more I randomly go to places, the more I have chances of someone just deciding to attack me. Something is attacking Brahmin or Talon people. And so we're going to play kind of an odd game of duck and cover. We still have no idea why we think the town people are after us. Yeah, I'm not hitting either one of these guys. So either I jump down and hurt myself or I just go back in here. And will these guys run through a door and attack me? Probably not. And then all of a sudden, we're getting much better headshots. Now that we're on the ground. So having that higher, having that higher ground is not really worth it. I can't help but think that even playing on very easy, they have dropped the ball horribly. I need to use a stim pack. Let's go ahead and use 2. Like they really have dropped the ball horribly in giving you a way to just play the game just like that. You're shooting 4 or 5 times more often compared to using bats. I didn't do anything with the Brahmins, so I could take the Brahmin stake. I don't think it matters. It definitely feels like these Talons people see themselves as some kind of mercenary / police force. Let's see. Repair. Get that Talon combat armor up. Raider Blade Master armor. And this interface. Assault rifle does 26. Chinese pistol does barely anything. Hunting rifle is doing 15. Laser pistol is doing 6. Should probably move over to the assault rifle. Which honestly I should probably then move over to the Chinese assault rifle, but I don't have it. Alright, that'll do more damage, which that'll help. Then that'll give us more resistance. I don't think we have too much else weighing us down, but we may have a few things, but it seems like we can't even drop them. It's so weird. It seems like there literally was only one place I could drop items, and the game decided to put an end to that. Hank's Electric Supply, Hank's Electric Supply. Cherry Street Station. Let's see. That's Hank's Electric Supply. So yeah, there might be something anywhere. It's always going to be the case. There's gas stations. These are supposed to be gas stations, but I guess because they run on uranium, they're more car repair shops, where they put more uranium in to the cars, plutonium or whatever. Yeah, it would be nice to actually see how that worked, to better understand how these cars, which I think they may be flying cars. No, they're rolling cars. They have wheels. Gold Ribbon Grocers. Let's see what's happening in here. Disarm a bear trap. So if we find one bear trap, which probably go ahead and assume there will be others. Take the Mentats. Take what's over here. Nuka-Cola truck. Cigarettes we'll leave. This feels like another area we could have gone to see if we found any. Is that someone hiding there, or is that just steam? Does it say Nuka-Cola? Yeah. This could have been another place that the Wasteland Survival Guide could have sent you looking for food, and you could have gotten a quest to check out 3 different grocery stores in 3 different places. Here you've got a guy that's made a Domino's thing. Alright, let's see if this works. I think it's worth mentioning that there are no there are no achievements for this game in the Game of the Year Steam version of this. There were certainly Xbox 360 achievements. Interesting statue here. We don't see too much of that. Oh, I guess maybe standing on this would have swung this down. First time we've seen a swing trap. Seems to come out of nowhere. So if there was any extra desire or hope for more reasons to play Fallout 3, you're not going to get it from achievements. We haven't drunk a single Nuka-Cola. And we may very well go through the entire game not drinking a single Nuka-Cola. Which is fine by me. It's not necessary. Sure feels like there would be a way upstairs that way. But apparently not so much. So this might be another area where there's something more going on here. Or not. Just kind of don't know. Alright, is there anything more to see in general direction that way? Not for a long time. It is empty. Just way too empty of a world. Arguably, I would say Fallout 4 doesn't even address that correctly, because Fallout 4 tries to make a different part of the Union that just has more trees and more life in it, but it's still basically making a forest something along the lines of what you would expect from the Elder Scrolls series and Fallout, and Skyrim, instead of embracing the idea that Fallout 4 should have had more buildings like this, but the buildings should have not really required loading to get into them, and there should just be more next to each other. You'd see entire cities with actual amounts of people. That might get very annoying. Manhole to drainage chamber. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. Oh, an interesting way to take it. I don't know if this is gonna be in a big area or a small area. Yeah, we have yet to find even another vault. So you're left with this perception that Vault 101 is the only vault in the region. It's not really true. But we're many, many hours into the game. It's probably should be taking these motorcycle handbrakes. Also, I don't know if they have any real value, but I'm just not going to craft anything ever, so I'm not getting the recipes enough to justify that. You can see there's a lot of cannibalism going on. And you have a couple people here that look like they're in vault suits. But that seems to be it. There's a combat knife. There's beds. Nuclear graffiti that we see a couple of times. So yeah, it just feels like I'm gonna have some quest that says come and check this out at some point. And I'll just have to run back into this environment because there's just nothing going on. I need to learn my lesson is what I need to do. I need to quit trying to play this game the way I want to play it and just play it the way the game wants me to play it. Because you just can't play your way here. It's so incredibly obvious that I need to maybe try the Drury Street metro station, but really I need to just run to Enclave and move the story forward on that quest, and then that quest will probably send us more in that general direction as to finding solutions or having reasons to go to places. Yeah, you see enough of these power supply stations that it does definitely feel like at some point they wanted you to have radio signal Oscar Tango signal found. I have no idea what I just did. I turned on some kind of radio signal. No clue. I see a church over there. I kind of see nothing else. So I don't know if I just called the Enclave. I don't know if I just called the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know if I called some other faction I can't even name. As far as actually playing the game, we have not really seen the Brotherhood of Steel at all. The Enclave, we've seen exactly 2 people in Enclave armor, and that's it. I shouldn't be able to bumble around this much without somebody running up to me and saying, hey, here's a quest, do this. Help us out, work for us. We're the good guys, we're the bad guys, we're neutral guys, whatever. Doesn't even matter, just don't limit all of my conversations to talking to Moira in Megaton, or otherwise just talking to people on very brief occasions. Like, at least half the time I've run into an area here and raiders have attacked me, I have wanted instead to have run into somebody who would at least pretend like they would talk to me for a second, and then maybe have some conversations where they say, no, we can't get along, we're going to fight instead. That's fine if that were to happen, but at least try to have that conversation first and not just have somebody scream it's killing time and chase me. Although that is a nice audio visual clue to say this guy's a bad guy. But I think you find fairly quickly, if you put your cursor on somebody, they are going to be in red. That means shoot them. Or they'll just shoot you. A question certainly to ask here would be, where are these guys getting all these bullets? Or even where are these people getting all the gunpowder? Gunpowder needs to be kept dry. It probably doesn't go bad in a general sense. But if hundreds upon hundreds of years have gone by and there's not any laboratory making gunpowder, you would think that technology would run out, or the knowledge on how to make gunpowder would start to disappear. Then you, on that same thought process, have to assume that the union of this alternate reality America would have to just be full of gun nuts. And they don't play into that story conceit enough, if that's going to be the idea. Like, if it was going to be a case that every single house had entire shelves upon shelves of bullets, and now there's just a whole bunch of empty shelves where bullets once sat, okay, that's understandable. The drugs, too, I think you would fairly quickly start to have people use up or run out of drugs and chemicals to make drugs. Magnum rounds. I'm gonna have probably barely enough Magnum rounds to never actually be able to use it. This is the blue line. I'm not expecting much here. I expect we'll just find a collection of people, raiders. Jury Street tunnels. Okay. We need to find a good place to wrap up too. I took a fairly long break in between when I paused the video, so that threw my timer as far as how long I've been recording off a little bit. But yeah, looks like we've been going 2 hours and 45 minutes. Right. Let's see. I don't even know where to deliver this naughty nightwear. Anyways. So I'm just gonna hold on to it. I think the whole game, trying to figure out where it goes.
Come on, boys.
Well, actually, it told us what city. It was like Grey Ditch or something. But we haven't found a city called Grey Ditch. I kind of feel like the game has actually tried a lot harder than I thought it would to balance out the genders. I thought I'd be fighting a lot more men. Alright, well, let's run back this way. My fear is a bobblehead or even a comic book would be down this direction. And if not that, then at least something of real value. We may be hitting the level where we now have everything back to where we're in a nice position as far as bullets. Can't get through there. I guess in a lot of ways Fallout probably is an attempt to be a little bit different than Half-Life, because Half-Life is a more linear physics-based game, where this is a more non-linear physics-based shooter. And I would say a lot more people probably still talk about Half-Life, with there not being a Half-Life 3 game still being made as decades later, compared to Fallout, where I think Bethesda probably did make the right choice, though, by making Fallout 4, even if it was just not going to live up to any expectations or hype that had been established around that. I think that works actually very nicely. The Fallout 4 came out, it was fine. It wasn't amazing, but it didn't make the Fallout series feel like it was just in some kind of infinite, never-ending development hell where it would never actually come out at all. Keep taking these fission batteries, and we run into enough of them that I feel like they may not be that valuable. Wonder how big this is going to be. Well, actually, let's leave ourselves wondering that. Like, sure, we'll leave ourselves to it. I'm still kind of getting a crick in my neck also playing this game. I kind of wish there was a way to see how many hours we put into the game, get a better concept on that. We're at level 7, so unless it started getting more difficult to get XP, which it might actually get a little bit more difficult to get XP, or the requirement to get XP may just become higher each time. It feels like we might be somewhere close to a third of the way through. When we do level up, we'll still try and put things into, I guess, science. That's something we still want to get up. And then oddly, small guns includes assault rifles and combat shotguns and the 10mm pistol. So there is some argument towards still putting things into small guns. Yeah, there is no stat here though that tells you how many hours you've played, and they probably don't want to tell you that, otherwise you might realize you're wasting too much of your time. Yeah. World map. Have we found a city called Grey Ditch? There's Girder Shade. I don't think that's where we're supposed to go. Yeah. In a funny way, I know there is a lot more spots here. Like, there should be at least 2 or 3 more spots in this square alone. And then when you get to this, you should see at least 6 or 7, maybe even 8 things of importance. And maybe the local map and the world map should be more combined, and it should just be a case of zooming in and zooming out, which is a concept that I think really didn't exist. This whole square looks like it's some kind of heavily fortified area. Same kind of for this area, but that just may mean there's a city there. Still, questline wise, still, that's where we want to go. That would be the next smart move, is to move that quest forward. And at some point we should probably just do following in his footsteps further. And some of these radio stations we've just never even listened to, which is probably a good thing. You know what I'm not doing right is I should have the Galaxy News Radio on, because that probably would tell me about new locations and new things to find. And so I'm causing this whole problem myself without even realizing it, because the radio system is just way more important than they explained. So much so that you should not potentially be able to turn off the radio permanently. It should just come on at random encounters, or there should be a very light, not that annoying beep that plays, or even a pop-up that says, hey, if you turn on your radio for hints and tips. Of course there would be players that wouldn't want to engage with that, certainly, but I'm not really one of those players. I probably would have done a lot better if I had the radio on while I was playing the game, and it would certainly explain why I keep getting the feeling that I used to find a lot more random things and get a lot more random quests, and now I'm not seeing any of that. It's probably because of that one simple action, and that's kind of ridiculous that the game wouldn't warn you about that or try to force you back into that. The radio is just playing way too much of a role for what it should, when really a sonar detector of some sort would be helpful. It would also just be helpful if there were raiders that had notes or map pieces, something that would point us back to a location. So when I'm getting attacked by these Talon mercenaries, for instance, one of them should probably have a map of, or a location of a city to go check out. But what's the point of even getting to a city if you don't have a quest telling you to go to that city? That it kind of doesn't matter at that point. And we've seen several times I've gone to places. I'm going through a dungeon right now just because I found it, not because I have a reason to be there. And while my karma may be at a very high karma, in reality I'm seeking out conflict left and right and killing raiders left and right, which maybe is a good thing, depending on the eye of the beholder there. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.